Okay, let's just start. Y'all were saying a lot of different numbers. Let's just start with the first page. 1 through 6. So I need to do 1 through 6. Number 5. Okay. Number 5. What can you add to your picture? Why can you add tick marks? You gotta have a reason. What's the reason?
Can you add the arc?
You want to add another arc?
I'm asking.
Because do you have vertical angles?
Does that work?
No. So what can you add?
Nothing.
Nada. Zip. Squat. You can't add anything to your picture. So all you have is angle, angle. Okay, I lied. If two angles are congruent to two angles, then the third angle sure is congruent. But we still have angle, 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 and that gets us nowhere. Because angle, angle, angle does not work. And so these are NP, NP, NP. Not possible to prove them congruent. I'm not saying they're not congruent. I'm saying we don't have enough evidence to prove them congruent.
Wait, so when you have 3 congruent angles?
It's AAA, and AAA was in your list of ones that don't work. Okay, next one. Clear ink. Anything else from page 1? What was the next problem? Give me another problem. 17.
Oh, I said 16.
Okay, 16.
You know what? I don't need your conception.
What?
I don't know. Maybe it's so smart. Your opinion?
Do you know what that means? Okay. Measure of angle R, measure of angle X, and RT. Okay, so angle R is listed first. Angle X is listed first. What can you do when they're both listed in the same order? You can surely set them equal. So 11x minus 1 equals 9x plus 5. 2x equals 6. X equals, Kylie?
3? Oh, I got that.
Cool. Okay, so what are we trying to find? XZ? It captured it weird. It's just asking for XZ. Okay, so RT is listed first and third. First and third. XZ is first and third, so you just take 3 and you plug it in. 7 times 3? 21 plus 5? 26. 17 is next. Oh my god. Okay, this is capturing oddly, but that's okay. Alright, angle K is listed first. Angle N is listed first. Angle L is listed second. And angle O is listed second. So thank goodness we've got X's and Y's, but we do not have a system of equations because we're going to set our X's equal to our X's and our Y's equal to our Y's. So this is not a system of equations, which is nice. Breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, so let's set K equal to N. 4x squared plus 6 equals 2x squared plus 24. It's not a factoring one either. Yay! 2x equals 18. 2x squared equals 18. X squared equals 9. X equals plus or minus 3.
Oh, is that how you're supposed to do it if it's squared?
When you take a square root, your answer you have 2 answers, positive and negative. That's how you do it. Square root of 9. Square root. That's the opposite of squaring is square rooting. I promise, just trust me. Okay, 5y minus 42 equals 4y minus 25. Help me out here. I think y is plus 17. Okay. So we've got x and we've got y, but it wasn't asking for x and it wasn't asking for y. It's asking for the measure of angle R, or what, P. Okay. It was a weird capture. Okay. Wait a minute. None of those equal angle P. It's listed third. None of those equal angle P.
Then what would you do?
Then what would I do?
I don't know.
Well, you can just find the other 2 and then
Find the other 2. Okay. So let's call this triangle NOP because some of us are visual. Can I find angle N?
Yeah.
Sure, it's listed. Can I find angle O? What do we do when we have angle N and O? Add them and subtract from 180. So this is a pretty intense problem. All right, 3 squared, 9. 9 times 2, 18. 18 plus 24, 42? Oh, 17. 4 times 17 minus 25. Just help me out there. 4 times 17 minus 25. 43. Add them up and subtract from 180. What? 95. 85? 95. 95. Yeah. 95. Okay, I did 17. Anything else? Okay, let's move on. Kind of. We don't really do full-blown proofs anymore, but we get really, really close to proofs. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Today's lesson, because you heard they were hard. Today's lesson is called Justifying Segments. So I need everyone to have this on their desk. It's called Notes for Proofs. Does anyone need one? How many properties are on there? How many?
45 plus 40.
45 plus more to come. Yikes. Do y'all have this in front of you?
Yeah.
Come get it if you don't have it.
What?
Here you go. So, we're going to take baby steps, okay? Our job today is simply, I'm going to give you a statement, so the statement comes from me, and you just have to tell me why it's true. It's like you're backing up what you say, right? If you say something, you got to back it up. So we're going to be backing up what we say. So I give you a statement, you tell me why I'm allowed to say that statement, okay? I give a statement, you tell me why I'm allowed. So, like I said, you've got a lot of properties here, but don't worry, you don't have to memorize this because you already know this. These are already in your head. There aren't any on here that are new to you. We've already learned all of these. The ones, we're not going to do algebraic proofs. We're only going to do geometric proofs. So we're actually not going to use 2 through 10. Yeah. We won't even be using 2 through 10. You don't need to mark them out. Don't make your sheet ugly because you're going to use it a lot. You don't want it to be ugly. But just to let you know, you're not going to need 2 through 10 because those are for algebraic proofs, and we're just going to focus on geometric proofs. So you would need those properties in algebra, but not in geometry. So there we go. You can subtract 2 through 10 from your 40, however many. Okay. I also want to point out that some of these properties, conjectures, theorems, some of them are very long. But remember, in math, we like to be lazy. We like symbols. We like to shorten things. So if your answer to a problem is, let's say your answer is number 28. That's your answer to a problem. You don't have to write what's in bold. You see what's in bold? You see what we wrote right under that for you?
Yes.
All you would have to answer, if 28 was the answer to your problem, you would just have to put if parallel, then, this arrow means then, corresponding angles are congruent. If parallel, then corresponding angles congruent. And that's all you have to write. So just make note that there are shortcut answers on a lot of those, and you do not have to write the whole bold sentence. All right. So let's get started. You're welcome to write this in your notes if you would like to. Write this in your notes. Not on your page because that one's pretty much full. But if you are a note taker, you might want to take notes. I'm going to give you a statement, and you have to tell me why it's true. Why am I allowed to say this statement? What property allows me to say this statement? So, the first one is, if BD is perpendicular to AC, if BD is perpendicular to AC, then angle BDA and angle BDC are right angles. True. It's not, you don't say true or false, because these are all true. I promise they're true. You have to tell me why they're true. You tell me why. So look at your list of 45 and pick one of them. Don't say it out loud yet. Find it, find it, find it.
I got you.
You got me. Okay, don't say it yet.
Oh, can I?
Is all yours, girl. There is not more than one answer. Very rarely is there more than one answer. So for this one, there's not more than one answer. Yes, and you don't have to write any of that. All you have to write is this right there. It's going to be on YouTube.
What? Oh.
I saw.
Yay! What number is that?
33.
Everyone flip and look at 33 if you have not found it yet. Do you see number 33?
Good job, Hannah.
Is that the right one? Okay. Does number 33 look just like that one?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Sort of. Yeah.
Yes, no, that's perfect. Sorry, that's perfect. If perpendicular, then right angle. If perpendicular, then right angle. So it's all right here. If perpendicular, then right angle. Do you see how the answer is kind of already in the question?
Yeah.
See how it pretty much already said it in that? So like I said, we are taking baby steps. This statement has a hypothesis, a conclusion, and a reason. This is the hypothesis, this is the conclusion, and that's the reason. The next lesson, guess what? We're going to take off the conclusion. So I'll give you a hypothesis, you give me a conclusion and a reason. And then later, if we were doing full-blown proofs, which I might find a day to do it, I might. If we do full-blown proofs, then you get nothing. You provide the hypothesis, you provide the conclusion, and you provide the reason. So we're taking baby steps. All right, next one. Don't say it out loud. If BD bisects angle ABC, then angle ABD is congruent to angle CBD. There is a picture that you can use, or for a lot of these, you don't even need a picture. Who would like to write this one? It's fun to write on the smartboard. All yours. What? In the abbreviation for bisector is a lowercase b with a circle around it, if you want to abbreviate bisector. Okay.
No way. How do I make the bisector sound?
Lowercase b with a circle around it.
And how do I make this?
Okay, then don't volunteer if you're not ready. Which one are you doing?
This one.
Okay, so you just write this, definition of angle bisector.
Oh, okay.
So put DEF of, then the angle symbol, then the bisector symbol. Yay! Perfect, very good. All right, what number is that one? 16. So what do you write in the blank? You write definition of angle bisector. You could put an angle symbol for angle, and you could put a lowercase b with a circle around it for bisector. Definition of angle bisector. Okay, next one. Really? You want to come up? Go ahead. Okay, I'll write it. You tell me. Number 1, the reflexive property. You will use this one a lot. Guys, this is like, you know when I give you a figure and you add tick marks to the shared side? That's the reflexive property. You're doing the reflexive property. You're saying BD is congruent to BD. Does that make sense? Now we're just documenting it. So instead of putting a tick mark, that's what a proof is. You're documenting the reasons why they're congruent. So BD is congruent to BD. Why am I allowed to add a tick mark? Why? Because of the reflexive, and you would put prop. Property. Because of the reflexive property. That's why I'm allowed to add that tick mark. We're backing up our statements. That's what a proof is. And finally, you don't really need the picture for this one. If D is the midpoint of AC, then segment AD is congruent to segment DC. Going on up? Or you just want to tell me? Okay?
12
12.
Definition of midpoint.
Definition of midpoint. Def of, and then you actually have to write midpoint. It would be really convenient if an M with a circle around was midpoint, but it's not. So definition of midpoint. Can we adopt that as our own little class abbreviation? I guess so. If you put that, I'll be okay with it. Okay, definition of midpoint. Did you find it? Notice, almost always the answer is in the problem. Okay, so this is not hard. Okay, try this one. Write the answer down on your paper. Don't give it away. Let's let everyone find it. I'll call random names this time instead of doing volunteers since you've already seen a few. There is a picture if you want to reference the picture. Yeah. Okay, Alyssa, what'd you get?
Definition of segment by segment.
What number is it for everyone? 13. Definition of seg bisector. That is the answer. This one, the answer wasn't really in the question, but it kind of was. The word bisect was in the question. And then there's only two types of bisectors. There's segment bisectors and there's angle bisectors. But do you see any angles in that definition? No. So that's why we would choose, of the two bisectors, we would choose segment bisector. The segment has been cut in half, not an angle. Because people do get that one confused. Okay, next one. This one you have to use the picture. Oh, up there, up there. Every set is going to have a different picture that goes with it. Every set of statements. Now, I want you to be careful on this one. There's two that are really similar, and only one of them is the correct answer. So I need you to be careful on which one you choose on this one. The angles we're talking about are this angle and this angle. Pinder, have you found it?
I got it. And I got it.
Okay, I'm just trying to call on people that don't talk so much. Bruno, you're still looking. Jonas is still looking. Miley. Have you found it, Miley? Rachel, have you found it? Mike, have you found it?
Yes.
You guess. Which one? 27. Yes. So it is not 26. It is 27. It is not 26. It is 27. 26 just says definition of vertical angles. That just means, oh, those are vertical. But 27 says, since they're vertical, they are congruent. So number 27 says the word congruent, and that's what we care about. Vertical angles are congruent. So what would you write on your paper? You could write VA congruent. Vertical angles are congruent. Look at all those words I got to skip. Vertical angles are congruent. VA congruent. What could you not write? Definition of VA. Can't write that. It's vertical angles are congruent. Okay, next one. This one is very similar to number 6. There are two close answers, but only one of them are correct. Did you find it, Bruno? 17. That's perfect. What would I write? All right angles congruent. Yep. All right angles are congruent. It's a property that says, hey, all right angles are 90, and 90 equals 90, therefore all right angles are congruent. And that's the property, okay? All right angles are congruent. It's number 17. Number 17. All right, last one of the day before we take our quiz. This one you also have to use the picture. If AB is parallel to ED, if AB is parallel to ED, then angle A is congruent to angle E. Do you know it, Zoe? What?
Is it 29?
It is, yay! Ding, 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 ding. It's 29. Very good. Everyone look at 29. What angles are those right here? These are called alternate interior, because here's our transversal, alternate interior angles. If I were to close my hands, those green lines are my hands. If I were to close the green lines, would I squish my angles? Yeah, so those are interior. So, what do I write? Are you ready for what to write? Because this is the shortened version. If parallel, then AIA congruent. End of story. All right. Oh, we're going to learn that. Look at Friday's lesson. CPCTC. Yay! Okay, so you are going to, we're going to play Hangman to find out what it means. So don't figure out what it means. Oh, don't say that again. Because you got it right. I don't want to tell anyone. Okay, so you're going to take your quiz. It's not going to take you the rest of class. It is not.